Continues right now.
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News Today.
It's 6 o'clock. Let us say good morning, Tennessee Valley. So glad you're tuned in to Channel 3 Eyewitness News Today. I'm Latrice Curry.
I'm John Martin. Today is Monday, June 5th, 2017. Nick Austin joining us now to talk about Rocco, whatever you want to talk about.
You're right.
I know we're all
feel bad he was stuck, but he was so cute.
That was so cute, his little head sticking out of that tree. Okay, we'll show you a little later.
While they were cutting out that section, now Rocco, don't move a muscle.
Yeah,
now.
you know they're telling him, Rocco, don't move.
Sit still.
Yeah.
Just stay still. Obviously, everything worked out. So
yeah. Doggy rescue. All right, and how's the weather going to work out today?
Well, the roads are wet. You know, it's not raining right over the city right now, but we'll take a look outside our live downtown Holiday Inn camera. Clouds are breaking up a bit, but the streets are wet, so be careful on your morning commutes. A lot of fog to the west of the city and out in the Georgia mountains from Fort Mountain eastward, a lot of low visibilities. There's a little batch of rain. It's starting to fade out. It's moving through Bradley County and northern Whitfield right now, and also up near Pikeville. But we'll have another chance for showers and storms later this afternoon on through the evening. But from now until then, we'll probably get a break. It's not going to rain all day. We'll have highs in the low 80s. But we could be dealing with more rain and possibly some storms during the commute this evening. So be aware of that. Just be careful.
All right. Thanks so much, Nick.
Well, Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam will be in Chattanooga today to help hopefully make roads less of a headache for drivers.
All right, well, Channel 3's Michelle Herron explains how and what is going on and how this will impact drivers in our area. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning to you. You know, we're always dealing with crashes on the interstates coming to and from Chattanooga, and the Improve Act will help reduce those number of crashes. Now, in the next 15 years, it will invest a total of $570 million just in Hamilton County alone. That's a lot of money that we're talking about. There are 1,000 projects that are on the list across the state, and 21 of those will be right here in our area. And it's all paid for by some changes that are coming to our taxes. We've told you about this since the beginning of the year. And, you know, not only will you see it cost a little bit more to fill up your gas tank, but when you're at the register paying for groceries, it'll be just a little bit less. So it all balances out there. Officials say that all of these improvements are going to help make our roads safer.
Highway infrastructure improvements can do this by separating motor vehicles in time and space, limiting the angles at which vehicles collide, and reducing the likelihood and consequences of collisions.
And it's all happening at 10:15 this morning. The governor will be at the Welcome Center on I-75. That's right near the Georgia and the Tennessee state line. We're going to be there. And coming up at 6:30, I'm going to break down the #1 project that's at the top of that list. I wonder if you can guess it. You probably can. But for now, reporting live in Hamilton County, I'm Michelle Herron, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Pretty good guess, Michelle, for people who drive through this area and where those accidents happen. All right, we'll check back in with you a little later this morning.
Superintendent candidates for Hamilton County Schools will be in town starting today.
All right, there are 5 finalists up for the job, including interim superintendent Dr. Kirk Kelly. While here, each candidate will visit schools and talk with elected officials and stakeholders. You'll have the chance to meet with each candidate at the boardroom on Hickory Valley Road every afternoon at 4:30. The new superintendent will be selected at next Thursday's board meeting. You can learn more about each one of the candidates on our website and inside the WRCB app. Well, new details this morning. We're learning new information about the TN Ready test scores.
All right, no surprise. Maybe surprise, maybe not. Scores have been delayed again. Channel 3's Tim Pham has more on what's causing the latest delay. Tim, this is just a continual frustration for parents, teachers, and the whole school board.
Yeah, you know, you guys, you kind of said it. It's a surprise to some, not a surprise to others. The test vendor Questar says it's having problems with scanning software used to grade the test. The company told us about a week ago that the results wouldn't be ready by the end of the school year, and now we're learning there's even another delay. The results were supposed to arrive in time to be included in report card grades for students, but that didn't happen. Last week, we reported scores would be in by today, June 5th. Now Hamilton County school principals have been told scores are expected to be delivered to the state by the week of June 12th rather. It's frustrating news for some parents in Hamilton County.
don't understand the point of it now that they're not included in their final scores.
Well, this isn't the first time there have been issues with TN Ready. Last year, the servers crashed and the online test was a failure. The test vendor, Questar, released a statement saying this is not the Tennessee Department of Education's fault and the vendor takes complete responsibility. We'll continue following this and let you know when the scores come in. Reporting in the studio, Tim Pham, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Tim, thanks so much. 90% of the time, it works all the time.
That's right.
But the past 2 years, it's like, really?
Big bummer.
All right, okay. Hey, Nick.
Well, good morning. A little wet out there.
It is a little wet. You can see from Michelle and look down, see the streets still a little wet.
And it's so much different than this time last year, you know? I mean, we were already in the middle of a drought by June of last year.
No drought here
and now we're in a big surplus of rain for the year. And it's foggy out there, too, heading west into Marion County, up through Mont Eagle, into Grundy County, and from Fort Mountain eastward through northeast Georgia and near Murphy. We have a lot of dense fog and low visibility, so make sure you be careful driving through those spots. A lot of wet roads on top of those foggy areas. A little bit of light rain moving through Bradley County and into northern Whitfield right now, up towards Pikeville and northern fringes of our viewing area, but that'll be gone in another hour or two, and we'll see some more showers and storms later this afternoon and in the evening. But we are going to get a break from this rain for a while during a good chunk of the day. It's not going to rain all day, and we'll hit the low 80s this afternoon. It'll still be muggy out there, even when it's not raining. I know.
All right, Nick, thanks so much. Well, let's talk traffic now on this Monday morning. 75 at Volkswagen Drive, looking A-OK. You can't see the reflection of those lights on the interstate because of those wet roads. Now, your main thoroughfare is still looking good, but we do have some reports of tree limbs down in certain areas, especially on those secondary roads. So be careful as you're getting out and about on this Monday morning. Use caution and, of course, give yourself plenty of space on these wet roads.
All right, well, after a big win Saturday night, the Predators hope to even things up tonight against the Penguins. Paul Shaheen has the latest from Nashville.
Welcome to game day in Nashville, and through 3 games we have seen just about everything. 50,000 fans outside this Bridgestone Arena, a catfish-related arrest, and yes, now bad blood because of bad breath. We will get to that, but first, Nashville has a chance to even the series up 2 games apiece with Pittsburgh tonight on NBC at 8 o'clock. If they want to do so, they're going to have to take a page out of Game 3's book, where they limited both Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin of the Pittsburgh Penguins to 0 shots on goal.
I thought they created some opportunities, but you know, when we had breakdowns, I think Pex was there, and I think we did a pretty good job as a 5-man unit of trying to limit those opportunities, and we're going to have to continue that. I mean, they're great players. I don't think you can ever shut those guys down, but you try to, you know, take away their time and space and contain them as the best as you can, and I'm sure they're going to make adjustments, and we'll have to be prepared for those.
Now to the fun stuff. More drama, and it is not catfish related. This one is about bad breath, and yes, I promise we're still talking hockey. After Game 3, Nashville defenseman PK Subban said that Sidney Crosby was talking trash about Subban's bad breath.
I mean, you can't be perfect, you know. I mean, there's things I got to work on. I guess making sure my breath smells good on the ice is one of them.
Sidney Crosby later had a chance to respond, saying that PK made the story up because he likes attention. Our Stanley Cup final coverage from Nashville continues all day. Remember, Game 4 tonight, 8 p.m. right here on NBC. The Predators have a chance to even the series with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Inside Bridgestone Arena, I'm Paul Shaheen, Channel 3 Eyewitness Sports.
Okay, all right, let's go Preds tonight. Well, coming up on Eyewitness News today, there was a very successful Ram clinic this weekend.
Yeah, real quick, we just talked about it not being a problem. Well, there's now 24 westbound coming down the ridge cut. Do have a report of an accident that's going to impact all of the lanes of traffic. It's on the left-hand side, but of course, wet roads, people moving fast. Give yourself some time as you're getting out and about this morning. We're going to update you on this and much more coming up.
Go Nashville. We're proud you made it to the finals. Channel 3's live coverage sponsored by Warren and Griffin, 265 Hurt.
In Walker County, town hall meeting starts today where you can learn more about the proposed Canyon Ridge Resort development on Lookout Mountain. The meetings will take place today and Wednesday at 6 p.m. at the Civic Center in Rock Spring. While community reaction is mixed, officials say the resort would provide almost 200 jobs. Currently, the resort is being planned for the eastern side of Lookout, overlooking Macklemore Cove.
Well, the remote area medical clinic opened its doors to patients this weekend to provide free medical care. Volunteers gave patients eye exams, dental cleanings, physicals, and more, all at no cost to the patient. For many, a visit to the doctor just isn't possible without clinics like this one.
It makes me want to cry to think that they care so much to come out and do that for these folks, because there's a lot of people that don't have insurance.
Well, the next RAM clinic in our area is set for the weekend of July 8th in McMinn County. Well, coming up on Eyewitness News today, Nick will be here with a look at your forecast, including when the rain will head out of our area.
Okay, plus we'll let you know if there are any more problems on your morning commute. Riverbend is this weekend, but today is the start of some road closures. All that coming up after the break.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News traffic sponsored by CHI Memorial. Schedule an annual wellness checkup today at one of our more than 30 locations. Visit chimemorialmedicalgroup.org to find a physician near you.
Hey, good Monday morning, everybody. 6:15 o'clock. Let's talk traffic, shall we? Taking a live look outside. Things looking A-okay. This is 75-24 at the state line. Thank you, Kristen, for telling me in my ear. Hey, but Riverbend may start this weekend, but some road closures are already in place as organizers are getting ready for opening night. Riverfront Parkway, the Veterans Bridge southbound off-ramp, along with sections of Chestnut Street, going to be closed until Monday the 19th. There are additional road closures starting on opening night this Friday. The Riverbend Festival will end on Saturday, June 17th, with a firework extravaganza. Nick Austin, who are you most excited to see at this year's Riverbend?
The inside of my apartment.
Are they alternative?
I don't think I'm going to be attending this year.
You don't what? No. Not one time. Come with me to experience something.
I'm okay.
What?
I went once in 2011. That was my first one.
You don't like?
And my only one.
But what about?
And I saw a couple of really good acts. Anyway, we'll talk more about that later. I'm running out of time already, John.
Okay.
Leave me alone just for now, okay? Just for a couple minutes.
Fine.
All right, partly cloudy skies, our live look with our Holiday Inn camera, and a lot of foggy weather too, heading east from Polk County down to Fort Mountain and points eastward, and then back west, heading through Marion County too. Watch out for that fog. Batch of some light moderate rain now from just east of Ringgold, northern Whitfield County, heading up to east of Cleveland, up to near Spring City. And it's all moving eastward as well. It's starting to break apart a bit, and we see the breaks in the clouds too on the satellite imagery. So we are going to see some sun today. It's not going to be overcast all day, but we're watching a cold front that's moving north of us right now, It's north of us heading southward. So later today through the evening, that cold front will help spark some more showers and storms across the area. But right now, the heaviest stuff is well north of us, up in western Kentucky and some spots near the Nashville metro area. So we're going to get a break from the rain for a bit today, but later this afternoon, possibly during the ride home early this evening, we'll see more scattered thunder showers popping up. They could be pretty heavy in some spots too. We might see some localized flooding reoccurring in some parts of the Tennessee Valley and North Georgia through the course of the evening and the nighttime. But we'll dry out tomorrow, especially after the morning hours, and we'll see some cooler and drier air moving in. Not record-breaking cool weather, but we're going to see some very pleasant temperatures coming our way for the rest of the work week, and the mugginess levels will be going down as well. 69 in the city right now, 70 in Cleveland and Dayton. It's 70 down in Fort Payne, 67 in Blue Ridge. Here in the city, we'll top out at 82 later this afternoon, so we will see some sun and then more cloudy weather with showers and thunderstorms coming back later in the day. And on through the evening and part of the overnight, we'll also see scattered showers and storms with a low of 66. A little bit of rain maybe early tomorrow, and then we'll dry out with a high of 81. Look at Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Beautiful weather with lows in the upper 50s here in the city. It'll be less muggy, highs 80 to 84. And then the first night of Riverbend Friday night looks pretty good. We'll have highs later in the afternoon that day around 84. But I don't think we'll see any rain Friday night. It doesn't look like there's, we might see some showers and storms popping up through the weekend. Particularly maybe by Sunday, but I think Friday night looks like we're in good shape. It won't be terribly muggy, not like a typical first night of Riverbend,
which is usually you're sweating and
it's not going to be like 90 degrees with the heat index of 100, nothing like that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks so much, Nick. Well, Ariana Grande headlined a star-studded benefit concert in England yesterday for the victims of last month's suicide bombing. The concert packed the stadium in Manchester, the same city where a suicide bomber killed 22 people outside a concert. Pop stars Justin Bieber, Katy Perry, and Usher joined Grande on the program. The One Love Manchester concert was a benefit for an emergency fund. Organizers expected the event to raise at least $2.5 million.
The two other European capitals paid tribute to London last night following this weekend's terror attack in the British capital. Lights in the Eiffel Tower in Paris were dimmed in the early hours of their Monday morning. The Paris landmark goes dark from time to time as a gesture for victims of attacks around the world. The colors of the British flag were projected onto the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin. Coming up on Eyewitness News today, in this week's 3 in Your Town, we're checking out the story behind the downtown beacon of faith.
Okay, well, here's a look, though, first outside from the Holiday Inn downtown camera. Pretty blue out there.
This week's 3 in Your Town takes us right down the street to Georgia Avenue in McCauley in downtown Chattanooga to the one-time location of the Big Stone Church. The steeple still stands as a marker for the First Methodist Episcopal Church. Now, the Chattanooga Public Library helped us learn about the history of this beacon of faith. This is the Beacon of Faith. At one time, this stone steeple represented grace and salvation to many newcomers to Chattanooga.
During the latter days of the Civil War, people who had come here because they were working in our industries wanted their own branch of the Methodist Church. Back then you had the northern branch and the southern branch. Of course. So these were northerners who wanted their own denomination here. When they had a modest frame building at the corner of Pine and West Streets, dreams of a big stone church that would overlook the town and become a beacon of faith were born.
For 20 years, the First Methodist Episcopal Church was built, finally being dedicated on May 31st, 1885. By all accounts from these remarkable pictures that you have in your archives, this was an absolutely beautiful, beautiful church.
It was, and in fact, Centenary Methodist Church built a better building to compete with First Methodist Church.
When First Methodist was built, there were only 5 churches in Chattanooga, none of which were Methodist Episcopal. Years later, that was not the case.
The First Methodist Church was had a lot of cash, but its membership was dwindling.
Gotcha.
Whereas the other church, the Centenary Methodist, had really nice property and a huge membership, but not the cash that the other church had.
For self-preservation, they decided to consolidate.
It made sense. I mean, they had a mutually respectful competition, and you know, they were of the same faith, and so they united. Yeah. Well, I mean, they pretty much had the same structural outline, the Bible, for what they should be kind of preaching and teaching, and then everything else is kind of economics after that, I suppose. In 1967, both churches joined congregation, and the decision to tear down the old stone church was made. Remarkable archive system that you guys have. Well, thank you.
This is really quite the education.
Well, thank you so much.
And once again, thank you to the Chattanooga Public Library for their assistance. And if you have any photos of the First Methodist Episcopal or any other historic photos of our area, don't forget to contact the Downtown Library to expand their archives. And one more quick note, we were talking about it while that story ran. All of that stone for the church and that steeple actually came from Chattanooga's North Shore, so it all kind of came there together. Anyway, there's your history lesson for the morning.
All right, an interesting history lesson there. Thanks so much there. Well, now it is time to take a look at our salutes. Congratulations and happy birthday to our Bojangles winner, Timothy. No, it says he's now grown up. He's turning 5 over the weekend. We hope you had a great weekend. Your family sends lots of love. Congratulations and happy birthday there, Timothy. All right. I believe this is Adara Burks. She is turning 14. Pretty young lady. This comes with lots of love from your mom and dad. They hope you have an absolutely wonderful day and a great summer ahead.
Oh, happy birthday to Luke Goins, turning 10 years old. Your parents hope this birthday is 10 times the fun.
All right, coming up on Eyewitness News today, we'll have the latest on why T and Ready scores have been delayed yet again.
Plus, a fatal crash on Friday morning caused hours of delays. Why that crash is now being investigated.
with coverage you can count on. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News Today.
It's 6:30. We want to say good morning, Tennessee Valley. We are so glad you're tuned in to Channel 3 Eyewitness News Today. I'm Latrice Curry.
I'm John Martin. Today is Monday, June 5th, 2017. Nick Austin joining us this week, actually, talking about the forecast all week with us. I'm very excited to have you here.
Hi, Nick. Good morning.
David a little time off.
Yeah, he's getting some rest.
He deserves it, right?
Yeah, hope he's enjoying his time off, but we're glad to see you.
John, be nice.
Eric, no, he deserves